Merry Christmas, everyone. Natasha here with Homestead by Chance, and I'm working on a little last-minute Christmas gift that I thought you might be interested in. So today I'm going to be making a pine beard balm, B-A-L-M, balm. So basically it's kind of like a lotion for the beard and the skin and everything to keep it nice and soft and smooth and hydrated and all of those things, okay? So it's pretty straightforward, very easy to make. The most time-consuming thing that you're going to do is infuse the oils. Now, you could put it in your closet for like a month, but I like to do mine quickly, so that's where the crock pot comes in. So you can do a quick infusion of any kind of oils that you want in your crock pot. So basically you get your glass jar. I've got my oils and everything in there, and then you put like a tea towel, or I've got a washcloth in the bottom here, and you fill it with water. And then you just let it sit for 2 or 3 days. Make sure you keep an eye on the water, keep filling it back up because it will steam off. And in a couple of days, you will have an infused oil. And this particular oil, like the name says, is predominantly pine. Just like the trees in your backyard or your front yard or whatever. It's just pine needles. That's all it is. You want to use fresh pine needles for this. Chop them up, cut them up with scissors, and put them in your oil. For the oil, I'm using primarily coconut oil. There's also a little olive oil in there and a little almond oil. That's good for the skin. And then I had some, chamomile. I had some chamomile oil left over from another project, so it was just an olive oil based. And I put that in there as well. So all things that are going to make the beard nice and soft and the skin smooth and all of those things. So this has been sitting for several days. It is ready to be strained. So I've got the jar that I'm going to have the final balm in. And I've got a little strainer and a little piece of cheesecloth that I'm going to put in there. And then what I'm going to do is it's coconut oil and olive oil, so it's still going to be, let's say, really smooth. I don't want to use the word liquidy. Normally, if I'm going to add beeswax to something, I like to use raw beeswax, but because I'm going to pour it straight in, I've got these little beeswax beads that were in a kit that my dad got me quite a while ago, and they're little teeny tiny. So I'm hoping that the heat from the oil is going to melt these, because the raw beeswax requires a bit more heat to melt, and I'd have to get it really, really teeny tiny, and these are teeny tiny. So I'm just gonna sort of guess. If there's anything you've noticed about me, I don't do a whole lot of measuring of things. I just guess. So I can't tell you how much oil is in there. I can tell you that there's that much oil in there. So I'm gonna try not to put too much because I still want this to be smooth enough that it rubs into the beard very easily. So I don't want it to be waxy. I want just enough beeswax that it's going to set it a little bit better. So I think, I'm going to guess that that's a teaspoon of beeswax. So that's all I'm going to use. And I've got a little stick right here so I can stir it. Oh, I almost forgot. I have some dried plantain. So I put a couple of plantain leaves in the oil as well because that's very healing to the skin. So especially in the wintertime right now, you get that really dry skin and everything. The plantain is really going to help with that. All right, so I have my little beeswax beads. My oil is ready to go. And then after I strain it, I'm actually going to add, or actually I might do it now. I've got some vitamin E. Always great for the skin, right? So I'm going to put in quite a bit of vitamin E because I think that's really good for the skin. And then I've got frankincense essential oils. And you can choose whatever the original recipe I found called for lavender. That's a really strong, intense smell. So I think if somebody's going to be wearing it on their face all day, it needs to be a little bit more subtle. So frankincense. And I'll only put in a couple of drops because it can be strong too. So we'll just do that. That was maybe around 5 drops, something like that. So we'll go ahead and put that in. And here we go. I'm doing this on the fly, right? So hope everything works. It's pretty hot. So here we go. I'm just going to straight out all the pine needles. Oh, I also put some crushed orange peel in here. So there's a little bit of crushed orange peel as well. There's my pine needles. So I tried to all pick things that were healthy for the skin and healthy for hair, so beard, right? Set that to the side there. Kind of going everywhere, isn't it? I got stuff all over my stir stick. Okay. So I'm going to try to get as much as I can out of this. So let's see, just to recap, it's olive oil, coconut oil, almond oil, pine needles, a little bit of plantain, some crushed orange peel, and then the frankincense, the vitamin E, and of course a little bit of beeswax. So, uh-oh, I accidentally got some pine needles in it. That's okay. We're going to pull those right out. No biggie. All right, I'm going to stir this, and I'm hoping it's hot enough to melt those little beads. Doesn't look like it's quite hot enough. That's okay. What I'll do is I'll turn on the oven really low, and I'll just stick this in here, this glass. This is actually an old candle container is what that is. And I'll just stick it in there for a few minutes. I'll stir it, stick it in for a few, until the little beads melt all the way. I wasn't sure that they would melt or not, but I thought I'd give it a try. So at any rate, smells nice. It's kind of subtle. I actually think I could use a little bit more frankincense. So you can definitely smell the olive oil. So you want to think about the different oils that you're using. Like you could use shea butter or jojoba oil, or, there's all different kinds of oils. So think about the person you're giving it to and what kind of oil they might prefer. That's better. I'm making a little bit of a mess. I think I'll put in just a little bit more frankincense. Yeah, I'm going to have to put this in the oven for a little bit, but that's okay. There we go. I think that's perfect. It's subtle enough. So then basically from here, I would just let it sit and cool, and that would be the end of it. And now I have a nice homemade Christmas gift for my husband. Shh, don't tell him. All right, Merry Christmas, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share our channel with your friends. We've got some new chicken TV videos up because everybody loves chicken TV, right? And we'll probably be getting into some new projects very soon. So look back and see what we're up to. Merry Christmas!